I remember the first time I heard hip hop. I'm recording this shit. First time I heard hip hop was in 1978 in the basement of the church I went to, Humble Baptist Church, and they played Rapper's Delight. What? I was like, what the fuck is this? Now later on, I started hearing Curtis Blow and shit like that, but this is the first time I heard rap, hip hop in Buffalo. I immediately the next day took my little motherfucking goddamn paper route money and went to Sears Records, the record because Sears was right around the corner from us by Canisius on Jefferson. So I grabbed my little fucking I get my little fucking goddamn paper route money, go around the corner, go to the little record section in the Sears and buy my first 12-inch. What? Yes, I bought my first 12-inch. Now I heard breakbeats before that because I heard breakbeats. I had heard breakbeats in South Carolina, and I heard cats, making breakbeats before that, but I never heard somebody rap on a breakbeat until then until 78. 78 is the first time I heard somebody rapping on a breakbeat, which entirely changed the way in fucking which I saw the world. Like, you can actually rap on these breakbeats, but I wasn't comfortable enough at rapping until a couple of years later, until like I think 1980, and I heard 1979, 1980. I heard fucking Curtis Blow rap, and I don't know why I thought we were on our way to the African American Culture Center. I remember that, and I don't know why I thought that because I like Curtis. I still like Curtis. I met Curtis Blow. He used to live around the corner from me when we lived in Bowman Hills. Curtis Blow's a great dude. And I don't know why. I think it wasn't basketball. It was maybe it was basketball. And I was just like, if Curtis Blow can rap, so can I too. So I decided that I was going to start rapping. I was going to start writing rap then. That's when I started writing rap in like late 1979, early 1980. After I heard fucking Curtis Blow's basketball. And the problem was that Twain and them couldn't understand. I got all these composition books. I'm looking at my wife like she's paying attention to what the fuck I'm saying. She's not. She's asleep. Huh? Or she's meditating, whatever. But Twain and them couldn't get the intricacy of what I was rapping about. It was far too fucking complex. Yeah, it was a little bit too. It was a little bit kind of Jimi Hendrix rap, kind of. So I stopped rapping and just started writing poetry. Poetry became like my like thing, so I started writing short stories and poetry and stuff like that. And I mean, I still wrote raps. I didn't let people know what the fuck I was rapping. And then I guess by the time we got to like Atlanta, I had heard the message, and then like what I'm saying, and then I had this issue talking to myself because I learned the message. That's what it is. I learned the message. I actually learned Rapper's Delight all the way through. Then I learned the message all the way through. And I could rap the message and I could rap Rapper's Delight all the way through. And I think I could do a couple of motherfucking Curtis Blow songs fucking uh, um, uh, not as sure where yours is from and shit that and probably basketball too. And then I had this problem with talking to myself, and my friends would catch me talking to myself, so I'd be like, "Well, I was rapping," and so I started freestyling, in order to be able to like have an excuse for why I was talking to myself. And it literally turned. We used to have this saying, "Boy's a poet and he don't even know it." So I started like freestyling before, the freestyling at the time was like you wrote some shit and you could say it off the top of your head. You didn't have to look at the paper. You could memorize what you had written and therefore rap it off the top of the head. So that was really more of freestyling at the time. But I was just doing off the top of the head shit because it made sense to what I was when I was talking to myself. I was practicing my freestyle, and so I eventually started just practicing freestyling in order to have an excuse to why I was talking to myself. And I guess that's like fucking 81, 82, in '83 before we actually moved here. And then by the time we moved to LA, I'm fucking like freestyle rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm MC Sha D rapping. You know, kind of my style is like a mixture of MC. It was real fast, so it's a mixture of MC Sha D, yeah, but it still had this like this New York essence to it. So I was rapping real fast like a New Yorker, but New Yorkers weren't rapping real fast like that, but they were rapping real fast in the South. So I picked up that real fast rap style, Southern rap style, but still had like some of the New York influence on it. And then by the time we got here, late '83, it was like I had the Shadi kind of like LL Cool J kind of style, you know, but only freestyle. I didn't write rap. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't write rap at all. Um, like we would be at like Bancroft and somebody would be beating down the table or fucking John Burroughs or whatever. I mean, yeah, John Burroughs and fucking later on LA High. Somebody beat on the table and I'd rap while they beat on the table, but I necessarily didn't write rap. I didn't start writing rap. I mean, poetry is my shit as far as writing. I didn't start writing rap again until Death Troop, and Tony didn't like the way that fucking Arnold was writing for her, so I started writing for Tony, and I started doing like some like intros and shit. Started writing intros and shit, and again, the intros I wrote were kind of like spoken word shit because I got into spoken word. But between this time, I got into spoken word and started writing a lot of spoken word shit. Started doing a lot of spoken word shit. So the rap shit I was doing was sounding like really fast spoken word with cadence, you know. So which it really kind of sounds like now when I rap, it sounds like spoken word with cadence. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, I'm a black man in a black man's land. I think black thoughts. I speak black talk. I can't even remember that song, but it's something like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's fucking another one. Here we are on the far side of the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking all day I dream about fat laces, sex and fat laces. But like my style became, you know what I'm saying? Uh, um, Coming back at y'all is a nigga named Ishmael Jones. How y'all been doing? Well, I've been pursuing this rhyme career for some umpteenth years, wetting MCs like tear ducts. Who the fuck knows the evil alerts in the hearts of men suffer this nigga Henry rips it out of your chest, who's ripping it out of your chest cavity? Having me in your vicinity is extremely dangerous to imagine this concept of thoughts. I'm steadily stumping you motherfuckers. When are y'all best to get the deal, pickle? Go ahead and crush you into relish. That's what my style eventually became. You know what I'm saying? Over a process of evolution of having like this fast southern rap and then having the basis of the 1-2 parameter or meter fucking metric fucking rap style that I got from like doing the message and stuff like that. And then later on, I would like hear Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, who would be doing that triple up shit. So I had to add a little triple up shit because everybody was like, when I was like, you know what I'm saying, the speaker's a gift, but let me enlist my gift of speech, not to preach nor teach, but the profile of how things are done, my son. You're not the one, though, so don't play done. So don't play the dumb. Try to play me out, but the game is through. What you gonna do? Pick a new topic, somebody and drop it. Try to find it with the rhymes microscopic. That's small, just like your mind. From small minds come weak rhymes. So that was everybody was comparing me to fucking Big Daddy Kane at that time because I started tripling my shit up in order to have that you know what I'm saying, that cadence that was like which didn't exist within, you know what I'm saying, hip hop when I got introduced to hip hop and when I started first rapping. So my style started fucking like morphing based upon like, and then I started like hanging out with fucking with Mike and them, and they was doing like Mike and AC was like on some just like, and even RBX they was on some fucking, and even Earl was on some just like some just extra next shit. So that took my shit to like, they just like got me to like, oh no, nigga, I can't just like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go. And I remember when I wrote One Step Beyond and I kicked it for AC, AC was like, nigga, you wrote that? I was like, yeah, I wrote that shit. Yeah, nigga. Cause they made me motherfucking like step my style up, like my writing up. And I appreciate them to this day. Cause it started like freestyling and that freestyle off the top of the head, and that too, because they was like doing some like intricate off the top head shit. So that kind of like influenced me as well. So all the people that influenced me in rap, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, and like Derek too, like, because me, Derek, and Thomas would be like fucking faded, you know, like walking around fucking Melrose or fucking going to wherever the fuck we were going and we would do these. We would be like doing these improv fucking, you know what I'm saying, raps. And me and Derek would be drunk or fucking faded or whatever, rapping fucking like freestyle, and like so that style kind of like, you know what I'm saying, had a lot of effect on how my style would sound too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. That too. You know, even though I don't really rap like that anymore, it's still interesting that how much hip hop has had an influence on, and just rapping itself has had an influence on my life. And I just don't know what my life would be like without hip hop. My nigga, I'm just like, hip hop is like, you know, I mean, you know, like even going back to Buffalo, like, you know what I'm saying, popping with Terry and them, you know what I'm saying? It's like hip hop has been an intricate part of my life. DJing, I mean, every single aspect of it. DJing, graffiti, you know what I'm saying, MCing, entrepreneurialism, you know what I'm saying, the entrepreneurial aspects of it, all of that has been like, you know what I'm saying. I love hip hop, and I mean, I just saw Tara post something like, "We're reaching that anniversary." I wasn't thinking that in a relationship that we like 50 years old. We 50 years in the game, man. And I mean, shit. I'm like, I'll be 49 in November. I've witnessed this culture emerge from, like, you know what I'm saying. That's some crazy shit. That's just like great, dude. Love hip hop, man. Hip hop forever, bro.